Hi and good morning. It's Sunday morning, and I wanted to explain a couple of promotions happening right now in my shop at steelrootsmarket.com. I am Carrie, the maker and creator with Steel Roots Market. I am a creative that loves to share some surfaces and a bunch of DIY and upcycling projects for you, along with paper crafting, junk journaling, and just a cottage vintage homesteading life on this YouTube channel. So currently today is the last day. I have a couple well, actually I have one promotion that's ending tonight as of right now, and then I do have a new surface drop for May that I wanted to share with you, and I thought it would be good just to do a video, and that way you can see the items in my hands, and that gives you a great visual to go from there, because sometimes I know it's hard to judge on the website and or even a social media post. So the first item that I want to share with you is a drop that I have with just some surfaces. So many of you know I love to offer surfaces for you to take and do whatever you want with them with your creative supplies. So whether you have IOD transfers or you have decoupage papers, stamps, stencils, even just some painting techniques, these are great surfaces to work with. And that I have this particular little bundle right here that I added to the shop. Sorry for my little lady. My little Sonia always seems to come out when I'm talking on videos and meows, so I'm not sure if you could hear that. But I have this set of 3 trio surfaces in the shop, and I have them listed together as a set of 3. And this is the medium size. Later in a little bit, probably later this evening, I am going to cut these individually, much larger, and offer them individually in this shape, because these will make great signage pieces. You do have the option to get them in 1/4 or 1/8, but they make great pieces to create if you wanted to do some signage or wall decor pieces for your gallery, accent walls, or maybe make gifts, or if you're a maker and you need items for your booth, shop, or craft fairs, these are really great to use. And so I am hoping later today I can get those in. They also are going to come in a mini size, where they're going to be like half of this size, and they make great ornaments or little pieces to layer on top of your signage, or to create minis for like tier trays or hutches, or just little smalls that are great for fun, quick, creative crafting. So that is the one bundle. I wanted you just to be able to see it in my hand. Like, I could see turning this way and doing a beautiful transfer down this, maybe like from Katharina, or one of the floral images from the wildflower transfer. That would be pretty. You could put a little hanger on the back, a little sawtooth hanger, and hang that right up. Or turn it this way. You could do, maybe do a stencil of a word for like kitchen or tea or coffee, anything like that. That would be really fun and cute. This one, I was thinking of a beautiful raised stenciling background technique, and then maybe doing a mold casting and having it all pretty and chippy painted, and maybe do some gold, because I'm right into touch-ups with gold on them. But that would be a pretty thing. This is a great surface too if you have a real pretty decoupage image that you might want to do. And actually, let me grab, I have one here that I had started a while ago, and it's not finished, but I need to finish it. And what it is this layer circle. Sometimes I offer layered pieces. And what I did is once I painted it, I added this transfer in the middle. And then I added this element of clay molds around it. Now I'm going to go in and distress it a little bit and maybe add some highlights along this element. But my original plan was to play with some pouring glaze by Pentart and make it almost like a vintage, like a mirrored, almost those distressed faux mirror images. I was thinking of doing something like that, you know, where it has like the dark crackly edges on those old vintage framed pieces that you see at estate sales or when you're thrifting, if you're lucky enough to find those. That's what I was trying to recreate with this. So I need to finish this one up. But this is these pieces. It's actually this shape, just larger. And this is a fun one. This is in the shop right now. And there's a couple other shapes, but this is a fun one too, because you can do a couple different techniques with this one. So that's in there. And what I was going to do with this one later today, and you might have seen a picture, I was thinking of using one of the velveteen stamps in the center of this from the IOD set. And I wanted to make a spring image color to go into my wall as a little tiny decor wall accent piece. And so I have some velvet powder, or I was just going to play around with this and see if I could get a very soft type of painting technique on here with this stamp in the center to highlight this gorgeous design and use this as a little wall accent piece. Kind of be fun now that I'm thinking of maybe trying to replicate one of these shades just of pink to kind of incorporate into my wall, because I'm trying to create some pieces to add in to a gallery wall. This is this velveteen stamp set. If you're wondering, if you're new to IOD, this has several little pieces that you can work with and create gorgeous wall decor, all your mixed media and different things like that. So that was what this is. Now I'm going to go ahead and move to the next MDF bundle I have, and it's a silhouette set. It's listed in the shop, silhouette, swan silhouettes. I think I had it listed. And it's 2 surfaces of these swan cutouts. This one I had worked on and added a transfer to. But again, think about adding molds, painting. I did a milk paint. This is the other one that you get. I did the chippy milk paint, and you may have seen, or if you haven't, you can check out some pictures on my social media in YouTube. If you go to the community post, I've added some pictures, and you can see I had it kind of like displayed, and it's just a fun little piece to create with. Again, think of adding molds and transfers and stencils and making them into vintage signage. That leads me to my third piece that I have added to the drop. This is not glued together, so I'm just going to gently hold it. It's this cute little swan decor box, double-sided box here that you could paint and distress and do all the fun techniques with, create a fun little piece. If you could find yourself a little plastic container to put in for plants, use this in your kitchen with some pretty napkins coming out, cloth napkins, or, you know, dried flowers on the desk holding note cards, or any little hostess gift. That would be pretty if you were creating little gift, really fun little set that would become. And so this comes to you unfinished. All these pieces come to you unfinished, ready for you to put together and do the fun creative techniques with. Another item that I've added are these garden maker stakes. And so the promotion I have going on is this weekend, any order that goes out, one of these little fun shapes is going to get added to your package for free. Think about the fun you could have with these, adding molds, adding black chalk paint to them and creating them into fun little tags or just little pieces. They don't have to go into plants. They can certainly if you want, but I thought they would just be a fun little set. This set is also listed in the shop, and it's available in the 1/8 or the 1/4. So those are some things. And I will be making this one into this size. I will also be listing these in this smaller size. So I wanted to mention that. So little gift is you get a shape, one of these garden stakes in your packages this weekend with any of the orders. But if you don't, if you want more, go ahead, they're in there to order. Another little thing that I wanted to mention is some of you know that I always, all my orders, I try to add just a little something to say thank you. It might be a little piece of decoupage paper. It might be a little piece of rice paper. It might be a pretty printable that you can turn into a tag for junk journals or just to add to a little project. Sometimes it's these little shapes that I cut out with projects in mind or experiments. So currently I have a bunch of butterflies cut for some upcoming projects. I did bees and butterflies. I will sometimes tuck them into a little decorated envelope, for you to use. Sometimes they will be little shapes from inserts or pieces that I'm doing. Use these in a fun, creative way, and I would love if you would share with me what you have made. So I don't know if any of you know this, but if you do or don't, you can go to my YouTube page on the community post tab and you can share pictures with me. It's fairly easy to do. If not, go to my Facebook group and share them there. I love the YouTube feature. I'm over there more than I am in Facebook, but go ahead. If you tag me, that's even better because then I get the notification. I'm also on Instagram and Pinterest. But if you go ahead and tag me in those places, I guess I will see those notifications better. And you're always welcome to send a reply back to one of my emails. And if you want to share the picture with me, I would love that. But these are fun. Think about like if you wanted to use this as a label on the bottom of, let's just see here, something like this. You can raise this up, gives a little label. You could write a pretty word in there and then have this all decoupaged. Little ornaments. If you were making a little ornament, you can drill through that, put a hanger in, little simple remnant piece of maybe an IOD transfer that you have that you didn't use. Make a little ornament, make a little something with these. So that's another thing I wanted to mention. And then the last thing before I let you go is I had a special going on. And if you don't know about that, that would be because you're not on my email list. So I would love for you to join my email list. You get first knowledge of all these special things that I have happening in my shop. But what I have happening right now is if you're an IOD lover, you do not want to miss this. I have a thing, if you purchase any 2 IOD items out of the collections of the IOD stamps, IOD molds, IOD transfers, or paint inlays, 2 items, you get $5 off automatically in your cart. 3 items, you're getting $10. And then I always have free shipping with $100 or more. So that is what I have right now. I'm hoping to work with is some paint inlays today. So I just wanted to show you, because if you had a paint inlay that you had in mind of grabbing, go ahead and check my website out. So I have some paint inlays today. I have that velveteen stamp set that I want to use. These are all items in my shop. Transfers. The Katharina and the Lover of Flowers I have been working with lately. These are great. Actually, think about this. Like now, like I was mentioning, taking one of those, shapes and layering a gorgeous flower piece on there. That would be a fun project. Of course, molds. These are all my personal stash. That's why they're dirty. But I do have bunches and bunches in stock ready to ship. And then, of course, stamps. Yes, I've been working with the bees and the birds here. And they have the bonus masks. So these are all... Oh, this one. This is a oldie, but I must have goodie. This one here. So these are in the shop, and that is happening. And you buy 2 IOD items, get $5 off, 3 IODs, and you get $10 off. It's automatic, no code needed. And it's from the collections of the stamps, transfers, paint inlays, and molds. But these surfaces are in there, and many of these surfaces, as you may or may not know, I work by myself. I'm a small business owner. This is kind of something I do in between my day job and things like that. So some of these surfaces will not be in the continuously added to the website. I have to change things out because I'm only limited to so much time to cut these. I cut these out as they are ordered by my customers. So if you're new to Steel Roots Market, I would love for you to head over, join my email, and that way you get updated on all the special offers, when I have a new YouTube video, any new content, and all the good stuff. So you can find that description, or the link actually, in the description. And I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed Sunday. Thank you.